Hey you all, welcome back to the channel. Guys, I usually do a video just about every day, but some of you all may notice I didn't do one the other day. And that's due to the fact I was in the direct path of Hurricane Michael. It was very much a disaster for much of my community. I was very fortunate, sustained very minor damage. Power was restored within probably about a day, or it took about a little over a day to get it back on. And many of the people around me still don't have power. They probably won't have it for another several days. And just devastating storm, one we weren't expecting. I spent a lot of my life in Florida, so I had become very accustomed to dealing with several hurricanes a year. Then I moved to Georgia, thinking I had escaped a lot of these major hurricanes, only to find myself recently here in the direct path of one coming out of the Gulf. And so, guys, sometimes we have, storms, not only the physical storms that impact our worlds, and my heart goes out to many of my neighbors and people who have been affected by Hurricane Michael. I pray for their safety, and hope that everything works out all right for them. I know many, their homes have been destroyed. A lot of things have been lost, and in the worst case scenario, some people probably have even lost their lives. But we do have storms that affect us, both in our physical world here and in our personal lives. And in the Electroneum community, it's very neighborly that we come together and help each other in such cases. We have a member of the Electroneum community that I have watched his videos. A very good person, from the personality I've got from him in his videos. And I became aware of him through Matthew Gray, who does the 99 Cent channel. And he's dealing with a personal storm right now of his own. His family's dealing with a issue that I hope one day we will be able to solve, and that is cancer. I've had several family members who've had to deal with cancers affected the family, and it's very challenging, very challenging, very challenging on the family, very tough times to get through. But what I've also noticed, when we deal with these physical storms and these very personal storms that come in our lives, is that we get to see human beings operate at their best. And that's given me a lot of hope in humanity, that we pull together and we are very neighborly and we help each other in these times. And so I want us to extend that same amount of humanity to the Northeast Texas family. He has some trying times coming up, and I'm going to leave a link in the description. Would love for you all to support him in any way you can. I'm going to leave his Electroneum wallet ID so we can help him with what's coming forward, because this can also be a very expensive and costly situation with the bills. My family, we had to face many big financial issues with special hospitals and procedures that aren't always covered by insurance. There's a lot of out of pocket costs that go into that. So let's do the neighborly thing and help out our Electroneum brethren here. So Guys, today I want to talk about this video. I titled it Electroneum Negativity No More. And or that negativity is coming to an end rather. And what I've noticed, guys, over the course of what's been happening with Electroneum recently is I've noticed that we don't get as much negative talk about Electroneum as we have in the past. Um, a lot of people are now reporting on Electroneum. Um, and when you do hear negative talk, from what I've seen and what I've heard, it pretty much all goes the same way. And it usually goes something like, well, that I don't like how Electroneum started out. It's starting out saying that it was going to be this privacy coin, and that it was going to have this mobile miner, and this and that, and that maybe the mobile miner didn't quite catch on like we thought, and that it changed direction. And so they have these very similar uh, um, views about Electroneum, and then it usually ends something like, "Oh, but I'm holding 50,000, 100,000 Electroneum, and if it can make me some money, that's great. I hope it does that." So, and I've heard that story several times. So, I think the importance of this video is just that I'm noticing that a lot of that is coming to an end, right? A lot of people are talking about Electroneum, and there does seem to be a balance of good and bad. And my thing about it has always been, uh, you know, it's not about being part of an Electroneum fan club. It's just about being fair to reporting on the good things that coins do, right? And I felt that in many situations, Electroneum had been shunned from that, and I never quite understood why. And I still don't understand why. I hear their stories, but they are changing them a lot now. And it's not about just saying good things about Electroneum, all the time. A lot of people accuse many of us, especially who do a lot of Electroneum videos as such and report on Electroneum, as shields, right? That we're shilling because maybe we're holding a large bag of Electroneum and we just want the price and the value to go up, so we're going to shield this token. Um, and no, I don't think it's that at all. I think that we want we know that Electroneum is doing is on a great course, right? It has a great vision, and we've seen that over the last month or so, and we just don't feel like people have been fair about dealing with Electroneum. Even though a lot of people are coming around, I still notice that they say more negative things about Electroneum than good things still. But I think that now they don't have really much of a choice at this point in time but to say good things about Electroneum, because we can clearly see it, and it would just be too noticeable for them to try to avoid it. But they do still try to skip over it, don't they? They still try to downplay it, I guess is the word. And again, I think we just want fair reporting. I'm okay if you think Electroneum's done something wrong, haven't done something correct, but it's fair, I think, to also talk about what they have done correct. And I don't think we've got the both sides of that in a fair way up until now. Although they're coming around, it's still quite slow. But it is coming to an end. I think it's going to reach a point where they aren't going to be really able to speak about Electroneum in an ill way without giving us a full picture. Uh, Another thing I think is coming to an end, or at least I hope is coming to an end, is, or I think will come to an end, but may be a problem in the future, is the exploitation of Electroneum. And what I mean by that is, I won't say I fully noticed it yet, but there have been, or I'll give you an example of what happened with Bitcoin. You know, when Bitcoin first got popular and it was such a big buzzword, and everybody wanted to say something about Bitcoin or put Bitcoin in their video titles just to get eyes on it, right? So you would have people just saying something about Bitcoin. You tune into the video, and there was nothing being discussed about Bitcoin. Right? They say something like, "Oh, well, you can make money a better way than using Bitcoin, or you can do this or that." And so I feel like Electroneum, as the popularity goes forward, or we get more popular, that people are going to start to exploit Electroneum quite a bit, right? They're going to use Electroniums in the titles, and we're not going to get much fair reporting about Electroneum. We may not even get anything about Electroneum at all. And I do foresee that, and I'm concerned that we're going to start to see much of that. So just be mindful of that, that some people are going to use Electroneum for views. Some people are going to use it because it's popular and gaining steam, but they aren't going to be fairly reporting on Electroneum, and they aren't going to be interested in Electroneum. So I foresee that as well. And so Electroneum's holding on steadily. That's what you want to see in a good growth coin that is growing. It's not a pump and dump coin. It's not behaving like a pump and dump coin. And guys, I'm glad to be back here reporting. I'm glad things weren't worse for me as I thought. Um, just wanted to check in with you guys, say a few things about the negativity, the attitude towards Electroneum ending, um, and that I think that um, Electroneum, we're going to see a great deal more fair and positive things that Electroneum deserves, because they are working hard and they have made great changes to the platform. Guys, I will be leaving a link in the description. So please feel free to offer your support to Mr. Northeast Texas and his family. My heart goes out to them, and we want to help out as much as possible. Guys, if you like content like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, take care.